Hello everybody, Queen Crazy here. Welcome to my 2011 Extreme Rules prediction video. Now, any matches that appear on the event that I don't mention in this video, don't worry about them. They'll just be in the results video when it comes to it. I'm talking about the rumored Sheamus versus Kofi Kingston or Sheamus Sin Cara or something like that, which will take the US title to Raw or vice versa with the Intercontinental. I have no idea at this point. So if that comes up, then yeah, don't say to me, oh, if you didn't say it. It just happens. Anyway, let's go on with the predictions now, shall we? The first match I'm going to look at is the no DQ, no count out, loser leaves WWE match between Michelle McCool and Layla. The match I'm probably least looking forward to out this entire night. The thing is, I actually slated Michelle to win this because she's stronger than Layla, she's better at wrestling than Layla, and you kind of get the gist that the strongest will beat the weakest, and that'll be it. However, looking at the internet in the last couple of days, I have seen that Michelle is going to leave the WWE because, one, people in the back are getting a bit annoyed about part-time people, and after what happened at WrestleMania, Dean Malenko is one of those guys who is trying to rip into them and say that they're not worth their time. Second, she's burnt out and needs to take a rest. And three, that Taker wants to spend more time with his wife when he's not on the road. So, if that makes any sense, then yeah, I would have gone for Michelle in this situation, but I had to this time go for Layla and say, okay, she's going to win based on this situation. If this is just a ploy to make us believe Michelle is going to leave and then she wins, that'll piss me off a little bit knowing I've read into it. But still, to me, I just think if Layla wins, then that'll come to fruition. If not, then I can be a bit pissed off. Anyway, that's that one done. Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio in a Falls Count Anywhere. Now, I thought their match at WrestleMania was good, but not that good. This should be a bit better, because I know that Rey can adapt himself to hardcore varieties at any point. And I think, to be honest, the draft made this one easier for me, because Rey going to Raw, I thought was a fantastic idea, because it's one thing to do, just stick him on Raw, because he doesn't need to do anything on SmackDown now. But I just keep thinking, it has to be Cody's to win again. Because I just don't want to see Rey thinking, oh, they look at this and they go, oh, Rey's a big face. He needs to win at the pay-per-view so he can go to Raw and start off with a big push. No. They don't need he doesn't need a big push. He's already got a giant fan base and people love him. It doesn't really matter if he loses. Cody needs the push because if he beats Mysterio 2 pay-per-views in a row, 2 singles match and Falls Count Anywhere match, that could put him into the world title picture on SmackDown. That's more important, in my opinion. Pushing guys who haven't won the title, rather than pushing someone on Raw who's won it all and doesn't need to do shit. That doesn't make sense to me if that ever did happen. But, yeah, I just think Cody needs the win. Even though winning at WrestleMania is significantly important, I think you just need to win here. And the same goes for CM Punk against Randy Orton in a Last Man Standing match. Punk has to win. Because the same reason applies. Randy Orton does not need a push to get him ready for SmackDown. He already appeared on SmackDown this past week and RKO'd quite a few people, which basically buries them in that respect. But when you think about it, after what's happened with this rivalry, Punk needs to get an upper hand. You can't just have, him slightly getting upper hand before the pay-per-view, and then bam, Orton hits it in the match and wins it, therefore making Punk meaningless and pointless. That doesn't make any sense, and for the most part, Orton, if he loses, can at least say, okay, I'm going to go on the blue brand and start things afresh. That will be fun, because then he isn't holding back grudges on Monday Night Raw and have to go off and attack CM Punk, or if CM Punk comes onto SmackDown and attacks him, the cross-brand thing. It doesn't work for me, it will probably never work, and for the best part, it's going to have to be Punk winning. Obviously, I am a Punk mark, so that's what you come to expect from me, saying that in every single match Punk is in, he has to win. Although most of the times, and recently, I have gotten that completely wrong. Oh, that sucks. Then, the country whipping match. I don't know what that implies. Could be a strap match, could be just a match where they use kendo sticks, all kinds of stuff to whip each other. Lord knows. Between JR and Jerry the King Lawler, and, of course, Sir Michael Cole. Ugh, I hate that douchebag. And Jack Swagger. Now, this is obvious. King and JR win quickly, because we can't have another long, drawn-out piece of crap. Just leave the majority of the in-ring action to King and Swagger, have Cole and JR interfere, get themselves a time to get their part in the match, have Swagger lose, and then have Cole blame him for it, and then have Swagger beat Cole up, and have him make a fantastic face turn to bring him onto SmackDown with to bring him onto Raw with a gigantic piece of momentum. That makes more sense. If you think about it, was shit as a heel, and to be honest, he's still shit now as Michael Cole's lackey. So, if Cole basically encouraged him with another slap to the face, everyone was thinking, oh, he's going to beat the shit out of him, and then he was in London at his side. If Swagger does beat up Cole, that'll make me a very happy man. In fact, it'll make a lot of other people extremely happy. And for that respect, it's going to have to be Swagger basically losing to do this face turn, but it'll work. Because King should have won at Mania. It shouldn't have been the stupid DQ thing. I hope that the Raw GM does not get involved in this, but it will have to wait and see. JR King for the win. Easy. And then, I don't know, wait, hold on, there's this one there. Okay, we get to the big matches now. Christian versus Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight Championship in a ladder match. Now, I see this match when I was first making the predictions for this pay-per-view, I said to myself, okay, I can see where this is going to go. I don't know which one to pick, because both of them deserve it. Del Rio should have won at WrestleMania if it wasn't for Edge's retirement coming up, because that made it have more sense that he won. And then I keep thinking Christian deserves to win because he deserves a push. Good mic worker, a decent in-ring worker, and he's extremely popular. That three things together effectively make him championship material, except Vince McMahon hates him. But when you think, the one thing that's confused me recently, even though Del Rio is going to Raw, would WWE actually pull the trigger on Christian and have him win it? Because knowing McMahon hates him, and knowing McMahon is extremely high on Del Rio right now, will make me think, are they actually going to do it? Or are they going to put both world titles on Raw? Because that would be annoying. So, when you think about it, I want Del Rio to win. I also want Christian to win. But with the draft, it made it easier to predict, though. Because Del Rio is going to Raw, I do not see both world titles ending up on Raw. So, in that respect, if you look at it, it's Del Rio losing and Christian becoming the world champion with everyone going nuts. And I think people who are buying this pay-per-view will say it'll be worth the money if Christian wins. To me, it'll be worth the money if Del Rio wins. To be honest, this match had better steal the show, because it will do. It'll be a great match, and there should be a lot to talk about from it on the review video on Monday. And then we get to what I believe is going to be the main event. I don't know if they're going to close the show with the ladder match or not, but this match is interesting. Steel cage match, triple threat, Cena, Miz, Morrison. Thank God they took R-Truth out of this match. He had no place being in it, even though that did manage to set up a quite nice heel turn, because being there in the audience for that made me even happier. It's illegal. Although we should have done the promo a lot better on the upcoming past Raw we had. So I keep thinking in this match I think Miz will either win clean, which is probably not going to happen. John Cena will win clean, which is the most likely thing, and obviously John Morrison will get himself superiorly kayfabe injured by doing a gigantic stunt off the top of the cage. There are three things I can bank on, at least. I don't want Cena to win because I hate him being in the title picture all the time. Give it to someone else. Because Hulk Hogan wasn't in the title picture all the time, and I know at some points he was, mainly up to WrestleMania, of course. But when you actually looked at the rest of the time, was he in the title picture? After he lost the title to Andre the Giant, controversially, no, not really. So when you put it in that way, I just keep thinking that Cena's not going to win this because it's in Florida. And the next night, The Rock's making an appearance. Would they have The Rock interfere and cost Cena the title? Maybe. That's when you put it on that fact that it's in Florida. You think, wait a minute, he's going to be on Raw the next night. Why doesn't he come in and attack him? That's what I would love to see. And I think it would be something that would make the crowd go mental. And to imagine the DVD sales could go through the roof if that happened. The other idea is that Truth comes in and screws Morrison out of it, which I think will be more likely than anything. He'll interfere, and that'll be all good, because it basically intensifies the feud. Oh, you screwed me out of the title. You know how it goes. That means The Miz will probably end up winning it dirty because I think this could happen. Alex Riley's just been drafted. However, he keeps his ties to The Miz, helps him keep the title before going to SmackDown for good. That seems like a good idea to me, but it probably won't happen because Alex Riley to me looks like he could be future endeavoured. Lord knows. And I will go for The Miz because he needs to win. He needs to solidify himself properly as a heel. So after WrestleMania, he won thanks to The Rock and then got rock bottomed and made him look weak. He needs to win this. Come hell or high water, with interference or not, he has to come out the winner. It just makes sense. I keep saying it makes sense because a lot of things that I say regarding my predictions do make sense. Unfortunately, the WWE never looks at these predictions and goes, okay, the fans want this. Why don't we give it to them? Because then we'll think, oh, they've given it to us, then we can complain about it. Also, if you haven't checked out, or if you haven't fallen for Stone Cold's Rick Roll thing that he did on Twitter, it is fucking hilarious. Search it up, it is quite funny. I've laughed at it for 5 or 6 days. It is simply awesome. And only Stone Cold can make that song badass. Anyway, I think that's all the matches. I haven't got any notes with me, so it's all up in my head. So, guys, thank you again for tuning in. I will see you on Monday. Thank God it is a bank holiday, because I get to stay up all night and watch it and then sleep through half of Monday before doing the review. So, basically, enjoy your weekend. I will see you on Monday. And if you are watching Extreme Rules, I'm going to do this, though. Because it's Bank Holiday Monday, I will watch the pay-per-view live. Maybe I'll watch it live, then I will watch it again, maybe. I don't know. If you're on MSN, and maybe in the breaks between the matches, if you're watching, send me a message. Talk to me about it. Pretty interesting. Right, I'll see you guys Monday, and hope you have a good week. See ya.